What's up, guys? I think we can all agree that the lightweight division went from being arguably the most competitive and entertaining in the UFC from 2022 to the start of this year to now being a logjam mess without a clear title picture. With the announcement of Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker at UFC Fight Night Qatar, I was excited to see some momentum in the division, but the more I think about it, the less sense this matchup makes. Dana White and the UFC haven't said that the winner of this fight will fight Ilia Topuria, so if this fight isn't for a title shot, why is Arman competing? He's arguably the most deserving of a title shot in the division. In 2024, he beat Oliveira, who just got a title shot, even if it was by split decision. As a result, he earned a title shot against Islam Makhachev. Unfortunately, we never got to see the rematch due to Arman pulling out last minute over a back injury. Because he pulled out on short notice, Dana said that he was in hot water with the UFC, but after making weight as the backup for 317, he was back in the UFC's good graces. On top of that, he trained with Khamzat Chimaev to prep for DDP, and just beat Benson Henderson in a BJJ match. I don't think either of these feats alone earns him a title shot, but he already had one with Islam, made weight for 317, and he keeps showing us that he's back and healthy. If this fight is for a title shot, why is Dan Hooker here? He pulled out of a fight with Gaethje not long ago. He has 2 fights over the last 2 years, and both are split decision wins, and one is over a non-ranked fighter. Like I said before, if this fight is a title eliminator, I don't think Hooker deserves a shot. There are plenty of fighters more deserving. For example, Paddy Pimblett. I don't think he deserves a title shot either at the moment. However, he's undefeated in the UFC, he's on a 9-fight win streak, and he has 3 dominant wins in the last 2 years. The reason I don't think he deserves a title shot right now is because 2 of those wins are over Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson, who's washed, but he still has a more impressive resume than Hooker, I would argue. There's also Justin Gaethje. I don't think Gaethje deserves a title shot right now either, but Hooker pulled out of the fight against him, and Gaethje went on to beat Fiziev. So no matter what you think of Gaethje, he should go ahead of Hooker. Finally, there's Max Holloway. Max is probably the most deserving of a title shot out of anyone in the division except for Arman, I would argue. He moved up to lightweight and beat Gaethje, knocked him out in the last second, and prior to that, he was up 4-1 in the rounds. He came up and beat Poirier, dominated him. Would have knocked him out if they stood in the middle and threw down the last 10 seconds. He also did the best against Ilia out of anyone in recent history. Lasted longer than Oliveira and Volk for both, and he had more significant strikes and total strikes landed. I think that the only reason why the UFC and Dana haven't explicitly stated that the winner of Fight Night Qatar will face Ilia is because just 1 week before that fight, Islam faces JDM, and if Islam wins, he'll be a 2-time champ in 2 different divisions, just like Ilia is now. There's no way that Dana's going to turn down millions of dollars in a super fight like that just for Ilia to fight Arman, Gaethje, Paddy, or anybody else. If Ilia and Islam do fight, it would be bigger than Khabib versus McGregor. That has the potential to be the biggest super fight in UFC history. Bigger than Jones versus Aspinall, Khamzat versus Pereira, Jones versus Ngannou, anybody at all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.